Right, just a little bit about NIC Teaming. NIC Teaming allows you to combine multiple network interface cards and use them as a single entity. In Server 2016 you can combine between 1 and 32. Obviously if you do 1 it won't have really any effect, but you'd want 2 or more. So I'm going to just show you on the virtual server. Even though this is a virtual server you can still see how I'd do it, but it would be more useful to do it within a physical server, but mine's just Windows 10. Right, so I'm just going to go onto the local server and I can see NIC Teaming just under here, and we could create a new team where I could just select ones, or I can edit the one which I've already got. So I'm just going to look at editing the one which I've already got. So I've got it so that it's counted as internal, and what I can do is we've got our different teaming modes. I'll show this actually on a new team. Let's just add this one to there, and then I can show a bit more. Well, if we could do those. The problem is because I'm just on a virtual machine, it's not going to show me all of them. But we've got 3 different teaming modes. We've got static, where you manually configure the server and the switch, and you need server class Ethernet switches to be able to do this. You've got switch independent, which it can use any Ethernet switch and you don't need any special config. And then lastly we've got link aggregation control protocol, which identifies the links between the server and specific switches dynamically. The thing is you need it to be able to do that, so you need to check whether your switch and your network interface card can do this. But once it's enabled, you have to manually select it and enable it on each of the ports on the switch which you want to use LACP on, and it's known as dynamic teaming as well. At the moment we're on switch independent, which just, as I said, means you can use any Ethernet switches and there's no special config. The load balancing modes, we've got a few different load balancing modes. We've got 3 different types. We've got address hash, which is this one, which distributes the network traffic across all the NICs by creating a hash from address elements in the network packets. And then the packets are assigned to one of the adapters in the team. So when you're kind of having inbound traffic, it will just go to one of the NICs and that will deal with it. When it goes outbound, it will be load balanced. So it kind of really works well for web servers and things which handle lots of outbound traffic. Next one's Hyper-V port, which distributes the traffic across the teamed address adapters using the MAC address or port used by the VMs to connect to a virtual switch on a Hyper-V host. So it's kind of, you would use this one if you had quite a lot of Hyper-V, well, a lot of virtual machines. So you kind of, and the traffic and inbound and outbound is handled by a specific active network interface card. So it kind of is just useful for virtual machines. Dynamic, this one's the default mode, and this automatically and equally distributes the traffic across the adapters in the team. So it's kind of nice, simple. On the standby adapter, we've got it so that you could have a standby adapter so that if one goes down, then you can straight away get all the other one. Then you can have another one just to put it in. So if the physical NIC fails, you're still able to keep it going. Even though if it does fail, you've already, by having NIC teaming, you've got failover anyway, because it will just switch to the one. But in certain enterprise situations you don't want to lose the speed which you'd have, so you'd have a standby adapter as well. And I can also just add, I could add that one to my NIC team, and that's as easy as that. And I could use it as a standby adapter. Okay, I'll just take that back off because it doesn't like that. Right, and that's it for NIC Teaming. Okay.